Jolene, 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 better stay away from my man or I'll kill you. Scene. Alright, okay. What are we doing here? I don't even know the name of this thing again. I forgot what I named it. Literally just named it off the top. I just like recorded, said, what's the name? Figured it out. What is this? Like behind the comedy thingy or whatever? Comedy unplugged? Comedy something? Let me look it up. I don't even know what this is called. Give me a second. I'm gonna look it up. The Bombing Diaries podcast? Is that what it's called? That's funny. I guess. The Bombing Diaries, comics journey to success. That's funny. That's what I named it. That's what I did. You would have thought like, oh, was he high when he named this? Nope. Just a lot happens in a week. Lots. Really nothing. Not a lot happens. Did some writing this week. Didn't really get on stage, but have a lot of writing. Talking to some of the comics, and it's like, it's funny. You have ones who talk that they need more stage time, even if it's just doing some open mics. And then you have ones who it's like, oh, I need to take a step back. I need to really hone in on this and not get as much stage time. I need to let what I'm writing breathe. And I feel that's where I'm kind of learning from. I'm seeing like there's that line of you have so many people, and this is for everything. You have people talking, talk. I'm gonna do, and then don't do nothing, which you can get in that role of like, oh, I'm writing. Cool. Well, you've been writing for like 6 years and you haven't gone on stage, or even a month and you haven't even gone on stage. But also understanding like, if a week or two goes by and you haven't been on stage, but you're writing, that's still good. It's that third week, end of the second week where you should probably try to get something to see if what you're writing even works, because it might be funny in your brain. You might be like, that was hilarious. This is so funny. There's moments that I think something's hilarious, and then I'll say it to my girlfriend. She doesn't laugh. It hurts. It hurts a lot. But then it's like, okay, is the delivery there? Is there something there? Half the time I think she's just rolling her eyes at me going like, you're on this comedy brain mindset now, aren't you? All right, okay. But it's like, and then when I try to explain something, if you try to explain something like, hey, is this funny? Especially to a non-comic, a comic can actually at least hear what you're saying and understand like there's going to be more delivery to it. But if you tell someone who doesn't do comedy, so I'm writing this joke, is this funny? And then you say it, it's never funny. Like never. It's because they're already in their head going, oh, this was planned, this was joke. So the delivery is not there. They're already in their head going, I'm supposed to think this is funny. So they go, stop. It's not funny. It happens. That's also why nowadays I'm realizing too with audiences, I'm seeing that, and it's always been this way, but I feel like even more now with audience participation and everything, that it is more a sense of they need more than ever to feel like what you're saying, even though you've probably said it 1,000 times to 20 other audiences that week, they want you to feel like it is organic. And that's why I'm realizing too, you have people who have their hour specials that they build for over 6 months to a year, working things out and like figuring out exactly where it is. And when you're going to see someone special, you know that that's something they've been working on, and it flows because the artist, the comedian has fully seen these bits go together. This is the story I'm trying to tell throughout these jokes. But when you're doing just regular mics, or you're doing just regular small shows where you're only getting 5 to 15 minutes, the audience wants it to feel organic. So you have your bits you're working on. A lot of comics will say they throw out the ones they know kill right off the bat to get you on their side, and they sprinkle in new stuff to see if they work. That's something they do. But it's also to see exactly Exactly. Where it's it's knowing that in those 20 minutes or 15 minutes to make it feel more organic. That's why the audience participation and crowd work come in. Because the more you're writing, the more material you have. And whether it's good or not, the better you get, the better you'll be at having that good material. Even the best of the best bomb. But you'll still have something where once you're really great, I'm not even putting myself in that category at all, nowhere near that, but even the people, once you have that level of thing, you just are naturally funny. And then you know how to, I guess, turn a phrase. But then also, it's something where you can pull from the audience. So again, you're asking somebody, hey, where are you from? I'm from, so and so. Or, oh, we do this. I mean, there's only so many relationships in the world, but at the same time, it's those relationships is what makes those important. And so, but the more you're writing, then it allows for you to pull from that in the future. It might not be something you're going to say in your actual 30 minutes that, oh, this is my show, I'm headlining. It might not be something there. But you constantly writing allows for you to have that in your repertoire of being like, oh, I wrote something about this even a year ago that connects to what this person in the audience is talking about right now. I can pull it in, and yes, I'm on my feet. I'm quick on my feet, but it's something that I had there because my brain was already working for it. It's preparing for these moments for it to be spontaneous. But to us as the audience member, or to you as the audience member, it just seems like, oh my gosh, he was just talking to me. He then brought something up, and that was hilarious. Not realizing that it's years and months and years of constantly thinking in the writer's mindset that allows for you to write that in your brain. And then maybe it isn't something you wrote, but again, you've just been then doing it so long that you just naturally come up with it. That's where oh wow, he's quick, he's witted, he's that, because you're just in that mindset. Again, some people are born with it. Sometimes it's Maybelline. Who knows? What else? Yeah, so that's been the week. Catching up, meeting up with some old friends in the comedy world. I just, still don't know exactly what this is. More or less just about consistency. It's funny, I'm now in a place where, I got a wedding I'm going to in 2 months, so I gotta get back and work out, I do jiu-jitsu twice a week, but I gotta get back out there and work out and do more consistent, while also at the same time, the hardest thing is to realize I may look young, but I'm not in my early 20s anymore, so like staying out till 2 in the morning and just hanging out, it's exhausting. It is exhausting. And then still waking up and trying to be productive throughout the day and then going to work. I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. But want to get back in now, 2 months out, want to go to the gym and not eat as much crappy food. Because I was doing good, but then getting back into the comedy world, it's funny, it just sucks you right back in. Especially when nothing's open but Taco Bell on your way home. And that's all that's open? Oh my gosh. And you're hungry at like 1:30 in the morning? Like, the fact that even McDonald's is closed, and that's not good either, but yeah, so I've probably had more Taco Bell in the last 3 weeks than I've had in years. But that stops. Let's go work out more. What else? Looking forward to that. Going to a wedding. What else? I don't know. Yeah, just the perspective of everything. I mean, I feel like I'm getting back into this comedy thing when it's kind of not dying, but it's LA is LA. It's the clubs here have its history. But I feel like some of us the clubs are living off that history. A lot changed with the whole Austin scene. I can see that. And now we're just out here kind of in almost like a rebuilding era of LA. Which could be a make or break experience. But we have the clout to build off of. That's just me, my viewpoints is sitting back and listening to it. Still love it though, like going out and watching comedy. Everything from the walks of an open mic with 6 other comics who don't even want to be there to a full audience with a veteran comic watching, and seeing how, and then even the veteran comics with nobody really in the audience because it's later on in the night, and seeing how they interact with the crowd, seeing how they use their material, seeing and being like, oh, I've seen you do this in front of a huge audience, I've seen you do this in front of 7 people. Does it still land? Oh, it does, or oh, it doesn't, or oh, I can tell you're just riffing because you don't care, you're in front of 7 people. And by that time, too, the audience is even tired or drunk. So you're just kind of playing around with it at those later sets. But it is fun just to sit back and really assess it, Really assess the situation. I'm looking forward, again, to doing a few more mics this week, into next week. Just time management is hard, between working and then working jobs while also writing, while also trying to find time to get on stage, trying to find time for your health, trying to work out, trying not to eat bad, eat healthy, but it's expensive to eat healthy. It's crazy. I know I'm probably preaching to the choir, but still. Yeah, so that's this week, April. April, guys, it's April already. And yeah, some of the jokes that I've been writing are, again, you can always tell where someone is in their life by what they're writing. Mine have to do with either at work stuff, like with customer service, relationship stuff, dating someone whose family mostly only speaks Spanish, and I don't speak any Spanish. There's some bits that I'm working on there. One that I talk about where I'm like a dog. I feel like I'm a dog or just a pet, and I'm constantly like trying to feel like when I'm listening to conversations with her and her family and they're speaking in Spanish and I'm just sitting there going, waiting to hear my name, like I'm just like not paying attention. But the second I hear the word Garen, I go, huh? What? What'd you say? You said me? What are we doing? Where are we going? We're going to the mall? We're going to the park? Or are we running? We're going somewhere? Again, not fleshed out, not funny yet. It'll come. But this is the process. This is the process. That's why it's called the Bombing Diaries. The Bombing Diaries. Hopefully I'm able to do this again. April 8th is coming. We're supposed to have a huge solar eclipse. World's going to end. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. There's a fine line of being like, do you think it's going to be crazy or you don't? You don't want to be on the one side where it's like, oh, I don't believe it. And then something crazy goes happen. But on the other end, it's like, I could keep myself up all night thinking about it. April 8th. It's Monday, guys. Monday. Just rambling. Doing videos like this, whenever I see people do it where it's just them and no guests, you have to really like the sound of your own voice. It's weird. Like with other people around, I'll talk. I mean, I'm shy once I first get to know you, but once I get to know you 6 months in, woo, look at me talking. And then a year later, I won't talk again. Anything in the news? Let me look. Is there anything in the news? Just open up the news app. This is what people do, right? This is when you don't have your assistant. Can you pull up that one information of that topic, that thing that we were going to talk about? Can you? Oh, yeah, there was an earthquake in Taiwan. That's right. Oh, thank you so much for that. Let's see. Woo! Strongest earthquake in 25 years. It leaves 9 dead, 900 injured. Did you see that one building? It looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's crazy. That's scary stuff. I mean, a lot's happening. Weather over here. 2 earthquakes over there. Huge. Makes you wonder. Like, what's coming? What's coming? Yeah, right next to it, severe storms and tornadoes in areas that they don't have tornadoes. That's crazy too. So again, April 8th, we'll see what happens. Funny, the other day I saw a post saying a high-speed chase ended because the person stole a Tesla and it ran out of battery and it just died. Times are changing. Once we all need those electric cars. Might save on gas. If the electric grid goes out, we're screwed. But if you do get your car stolen, there is hope. There is hope. All right. Well, I think that's about it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you're listening, share, follow. If you don't want to, it's all cool. Come back later at another time, maybe when this thing's grown and I'm talking more sense than nonsense. But yeah, this is the Bombing Diaries with Garen Atencio. Out.